Hey, hello, my friends. Paul Apollonia here again, coming to you, and I'm going to show you when in doubt, part it out is my motto. One of my many mottos is selling stuff on eBay. I'm going to show you the item I'm parting out, some of the parts that I sold. So we'll get this show on the road. I'll tell you a little bit about myself real quick. Paul Apollonia, been selling on eBay for what feels like forever, 20 plus years. Don't forget, I also run change the name, used to be called the Raleigh eBay Ecom Meetup Group. It's now called the Southwest eBay Ecom Meetup Group. I keep on forgetting the name. Out of Inglewood, Florida. We have moved to Florida. Check that out. That's on Meetup, and that's also on the eBay events, seller events. All those links are down below in the description. It used to be a $5 charge to get in. I have lifted that to free, trying to build up my Florida presence down here. I want to do a lot of training and all other stuff. And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. 400, 1,410 last time I checked. Ant crawling around here. Thank you everybody for subscribing. Appreciate it. And if you subscribe, hover over that subscribe button and click the all. You'll get all my great videos of eBay sold, packing, shipping tips, Chromebook tips, and DIY tips. All right, let's get the show on the road. So this is the item I sold, or this is the item I parted out. I'm sorry. I'm going to flip it to another screen. This is not the picture of the actual item. This was off of Pinterest, I think. I did not take a picture of the sewing machine before I parted it out. And mine only has two drawers. Little history on the sewing machine. This was my grandfather's. I got it from my grandparents' house when they were selling it way back in the early 80s, I guess, 1980s. Sat in the basement of my parents' house forever. Uh, Sat there. I got married. It still sat there. My parents passed on in 87. I moved it to my one house up in outside of Philadelphia. Sat there in the garage, I think, for years. Think it went inside eventually. Moved it to another house, moved it to Raleigh, North Carolina. So this thing's been all over the place. And then moved it down here to Florida, Inglewood, Florida. And it just, I glad I took it with me because I was able to part it out and make some really, really good money off of it. But I was really debating on whether to move it because we were downsizing. But I did move it. And I'm going to show you the parts I sold and some of the parts I still have listed on eBay. These parts sell for good money. So if you see these, I'm keeping an eye out for these whenever I'm anywhere. I don't do much thrifting or garage selling, but I keep my eyes out for these things. It's a Singer. This is a 1924 model, and it's a Trundy, I think they call it. It goes by many different names, but it's basically an old-time sewing machine, and there's actually still a need for this. I'll show you some of the parts I've sold. Oops. Let me get my keyboard figured out here. All right, there's my YouTube channel. So we're going to get some of the parts I sold. This was the first part I sold. I sold this back in March, beginning of March. Very easy to disassemble these machines. It just took a flathead screwdriver, actually a small flathead screwdriver and a big flathead screwdriver for some of the screws. There were big screws that were holding this on. Basically, it all just came apart. Everything was still, I don't know if it was functioning, but everything was moving on this. I got $94.99 and shipping was $24.99. I think shipping was under $24. Again, this was a free item. Yes, it was my grandfather's. And was there sentimental value to it? Honestly, not really. I remember being in their basement, and he came to this country and was a tailor and worked at a men's shirt company in Philadelphia. So he did tailoring and sewing in his basement, I guess, in his off hours. So there really wasn't any sentimental value to this at all. Um, and I just don't have the room for it. So I put this up, made sure that I stated machine only, because that's what you're getting. Took crazy pictures with my phone. I thought this was in worse shape than it was, but it was in pretty good shape. I cleaned it up a little bit. I used some quick auto detailer and a microfiber towel. Didn't go crazy. You don't want to use harsh chemicals because all this is, I think it's hand painted or whatever, or some kind of paint on there. It's very, very sensitive. I did rub some of the paint off years ago when I was cleaning it up. Took close-ups of all the gears, the number, whatever that is. I Googled that. Took crazy, 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 crazy pictures. Took pictures of the underneath. I got one message asking me if it moves and if it. I guess I know nothing about sewing machines. Uh, if it stops and then goes again, I guess that's where the needle goes up and down. I did roll it around. It did move freely. That guy or that person ended up not buying it. Somebody else bought it while I was checking it out, which was great. So $94.99. Shipping was under $24. Again, I do flat rate shipping. Sometimes I make money, sometimes I lose money. I was under the $24. I think it went somewhere not too far away from Florida. I have no idea what these people do with these things. I think they're used for leather and stuff like that. I have no idea, but it did work. Like I said, um, my title is eBay best practices, no special characters, stuff like that. Shipping, there used to be an economy shipping option here. I forget what it's called now, but they've changed the name of it. I chose that. 30-day returns. Knock on wood, I don't get too many returns. I tried my best to use all the item specifics that I could. Item specifics play a key role when you're searching on eBay on the left. Size and whatever, when you're searching, that's all based on item specifics. I put the serial number in there. I put the model number. I actually have the original manual to this too. It's pretty beat up. So here's my, I also use a condition description whenever I'm selling anything other than new. Of course, it's not available on new. And it's the same thing. I copy and paste it down in the description. It basically says, I have no idea if it works or not. So it may need repairs. This was my grandfather's. I am parting it out. I got it after they passed. And I had it in storage inside the whole time. Inside the garage. But it was close enough. So that was one of the items I sold. So we already I got it for nothing. I've probably made, well, let's even say I made $85 on this, $84 on this as a total sale. Box I probably got for free, and packing material I found somewhere. The next item I sold was this. Okay, these legs, or whatever you want to call them, the stand, they sell for good money. Um, real good money. We actually have another set of these legs out, not outside, but excuse me, in our entranceway with a big slate top on it. I'm tempted to sell those legs. Um, these two sell really well. 124, and I've got a large amount for shipping because it went to New York and it was about 46 bucks to ship it. Do I refund people on shipping? No, I do not. Let me explain what I had to do to ship these. I took it all. I stated in the condition description also. Excuse me. Please read. Will need to be assembled. I mean, I took this thing all apart. I was surprised it came apart with the age it was in. You know, 100 years old, and I was able to get everything apart. Let me show you some of the. I don't know why these pictures are so small. Couldn't tell you. Um, the heck? Where are the? I'll show you where some of the bolts are, and they're big flathead screws right here. But they have a big section you can use a vice grip on and knock them loose. I sprayed some I don't know, what did they call it? Actually, not WD-40, the thing that breaks the rust up on the screws the night before I tried to take them all off, and they came off without a problem. They unscrewed. I took the whole thing apart. I wish I had a picture of the pack, how I packed it, but this was in really good shape. The person asked about, is there any rust on it? I said, really, what you see is what you get. I don't see there's not any heavy rust on it. It will need to be cleaned up. Um, how I packed this was I took it all apart, obviously. I wish I took pictures of my packing because it took me a while to pack this thing. I put these 4 screws in a little baggie. I taped the baggie onto one of these side rails. I took the 2 side rails, put them together, tie strapped them. You know, little black tie straps. Just tie strapped them together. Then I took this was a single piece, I think, and I tie strapped that to the 2 pieces, the 2 legs here. Then this came off, and I tie strapped that somewhere to configure it so it was kind of like in a square or like a regular size. I basically tie strapped everything together. The screws, screwed all the screws in where they're supposed to be, so people, and I even labeled stuff like, A to A, B to B, so you know how to put it back together again. Then I used, during the packing, anything that looked like it was going to be rubbing a lot, I used pool noodles. Pool noodles are wonderful for shipping. I've done several videos on using pool noodles for shipping. I cut the pool noodle, slid it in half. I think I put it around, once I had these 2 together, I put them around here, around the edges, around the ends, and I put pool noodles wherever anything was sticking out. Then the fun part came. Then I wrapped that in I opened up a big cardboard box that I had for free, and I wrapped that around the thing. I think it was a heavy duty Lowe's Home Improvement or Home Depot box, the heavy duty ones. Um, Wrapped that around it, taped it all up. It looked like it wasn't square, it wasn't a rectangle, it was just like flat on one side and kind of like concave on the front with everything all taped and everything. After that, I put it in another box. I wrapped it. I wrapped another box around, taped that all up and everything, and shipped it out. I don't think I had best offer. I don't think it was a woman. I don't think she gave me 124. I think she gave me 110. Offered me, and I just grabbed it. Free. And the shipping was under, but again, my time, I must have spent 45 minutes packing this thing to make sure it got there okay. I never heard back from the person. I'm assuming everything was okay. That was in March. It is now May, so several months ago. So now the last item was what, $83, $84 I made roughly. This is probably at least 120, $110 on this I've made. And then this other piece I sold. And I need to adjust the listings that I have out there. This is one of the side drawers. Like I said, the one I have was 2 drawers, not the 3 drawers like the picture I showed you. This went right into, I wrapped it in some bubble wrap, and it went into a box that I already had, fit nicely in there. Um, this was the left one, the right one. I forget which uh, side it was. I think it was the right one. Yeah, because those clips go for to the side. Um, so made this was $12.99. I think it went out just at about $12.99. I can't quite remember what it went out at, but so we're talking what, $225, $230 I made. Let's just round it off to $210 I made because I'm so bad with math. Off of something that was free, that was taking up room in my garage. Now let me show you the other items I still have listed on eBay that I got to manipulate around. This is the top of the sewing machine. It's a little beat up. I've got some pretty good pictures. I'm real I guess you call it with the pictures. I want to make sure people see any kind of damage that's on it. It's in pretty good shape except for the top, the veneer, which I think is holding it back on being sold. but I probably won't even say it's in really good shape. It's in okay shape. I lemon oiled the heck out of it, as you can quite really see. I may lower the price on that because I want it out of here. It's taking up some room in the garage. I need to adjust the listing and stuff like that. I want to make sure that people know. Please read. It says we'll need some work somewhere. Here, go down here. Item specifics were pretty minimal on that one. Signature in the sewing machine. Please read somewhere. I should say please review pictures because I may change that to say review picture number, whatever that is, 6 or so. The other item I've got from this, and there's still a few little, this is the other side to the drawer, the other the right-hand side of the left-hand, whatever side, the other side of the drawers, same price. This is the, there's a front, see if I can show you this right here. Well, it's not, this is a little fancier than mine. And again, this is from Pinterest. This is not my own photo. I don't want to take claim to this photo, whatever, make sure that somebody gets credit for it. This is this drawer here. It flips out. And it's got one screw missing, and I even state that in good shape somewhere. Oh my gosh, do I not have that in there? Oh yeah, in good shape, missing one screw, and it is. So I'm surprised I haven't sold that yet. I may lower the prices on these, to be honest with you, because I'm really treating inventory as the enemy anymore. And this is the, well, there's a back cover. This one doesn't have the cover underneath, but it covers some of this stuff. And that's what this is. You can see it, a little thing where the pedal, the rod goes up and down through. And I still have this. I still have a few other things. I've got some needles and some pieces of the sewing machine I can sell. I have an old 3-in-1 oil can that I can probably get about $9 for. Very old, from the era. Metal, what do you call those? Not thumbtacks. Whatever you call them when you used to sew. You just put them on your fingers so you didn't get poked with the needle. So I got those and stuff like that. So there is money in parts. There's always look at, when you get something, when in doubt, part it out, look up the parts. I tell people this all the time, even when they're looking for replacing a blender or whatever at home. There is money in parts. So there you go. What I made so far on the Singer 1926, was it? Sewing machine, manual sewing machine. Couldn't believe the money I made. I made that money pretty quick, probably within about 3 weeks. So it was all good. All right, thank you so much. I hope this video helped you out. Remember, when in doubt, part it out. I don't know what that was from, but when in doubt, don't forget to part it out. Thank you so much, and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Steve with Raiken Profits. I'm here with Paul, and I just want to shoot a quick testimonial for him because he's been one of my good friends for over, what, 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah.
And if you're looking to learn about selling on eBay and you want to start a side hustle, or you just want to make some money flipping stuff on eBay, you're in great hands. Paul's been doing this for a long time. He's helped a ton of people, and I put my full faith and trust in him. So, Paul, I appreciate you.
You bet. Thank you so much.
You got it.